Hey, what's up? How we doing today? Let's go ahead and see if we are on Twitch right now. We are not. Okay, YouTube it is only, I guess. Thought we'd be live on Twitch too, guess not. That's chill. What is up? We're just gonna get a little bit of cubing in, got some free time to kill, so we're gonna get a nice little cubing session in right now. Alright. How we doing today? Let's get a few solves and hopefully we get some good ones. We'll see what happens. That was a horrible PLL. 1589. Oof. A lot of lockups. How's audio sound? Let me check. Hello? The audio? Yeah, perfect. I don't know why we don't have any music going right now though. I had music playing earlier. Awesome. So 13. That's actually pretty fluid, honestly. We just gotta repeat that over and over again now. Of course, right after I say that, it's like the most non-fluid, like choppy solve. We're just getting warm still. Was it really not going live on Twitch right now either? I thought it would be kind of like dual streaming it right now. That's fine. Pretty bad. Average of 5 to start, honestly. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? I did the wrong PLO there. I realized I did the wrong PLO on that solve too. That could have been like an easy, probably 13 if I did the right one. Because F2L on there is pretty good. It was flowing, and then did like a little lockup. Should we go for a yellow? We're gonna go for a yellow cross just to try it out. Now it's the right PLO that I actually knew. These solves just aren't going too great. Shoot, messed up on the F2L there. That was not good. Maybe we'll go back to some 2x2. Hands are like ice cold right now. It's not doing any favors, honestly. Of course. I'm getting a few solves to get the hands warm real quick. I think we'll start the average now. Oh my. Oh, dude, maybe it's not a cubing day today. It's just not. Gosh. It's not hitting. I low-key need a 2x2 with magnets in it. This is like... There's no magnets in this GAN I have right now. It's kind of choppy, but... I'll be back in a minute. Shoot, what should we solve? Oh, my hands are ice cold. Do I have my hand heater here? I do not. I actually got like winter weather now. I might just do like some, you know, slow and controlled solves real quick. I'm not gonna time anything like that. But I gotta work on that look ahead. Hey, what's up, Cubing Zone? Welcome back. Good to see you again today. How are you? Doing good? Awesome, good to hear. Thanks for hopping back in the stream, man. I'll probably be cubing for about an hour or so today. I got work a little bit later. So just trying to pass some time before I gotta go into work. Get a little bit of cubing done. I figured I'd go live while I do it. Might as well, right? Here, I'm not gonna time these. I low-key wanna just like, I don't know. If I were to go... I gotta get this look ahead, right? Do I have a 5x5? I do. Here, let me grab it real quick. I hardly do 5. Yeah, I got my 5x5 right here. Should I do a 5x5 solve? Do you want me to do a solve on it? I have not done a 5x5 solve in probably a while. Try to solve. I'll do a solve on 5x5. Why not? I can't promise you it's gonna be any good. You know. Here, let me go ahead and get it so you guys can see the full scramble here. There we go. Awesome. You know, I got a 5x5. Let's see if I can actually get a good solve on it. That's the real question. All right, let's see what we can do with this, man. It's been forever since I did 5x5. Like I said, I can't promise it'll be a good solve, but I can get a solve in regardless. I can actually almost guarantee this is not even going to be sub 2 probably. There we go. Whoops. Like I said, we'll get a solve in, maybe just not a good one. You've never solved a 5x5? It's honestly not too hard. Like, granted, I'm no good at solving higher order cubes, hence why I said I never really solved 5x5 myself. But I totally forgot you can get parity on 5x5 for the edges. I know you can't get it for like OLO, PLO, because it's just like a 3x3. But for edges, you can totally get parity on the last edge pair. Yeah, dude, 2 minutes. I mean, you know, we got it done. I low-key might do a few 5x5 solves and try to get back into it. I never was one to do like lots of solves on higher order end-by-end puzzles. But who knows? That could change. I could start enjoying it now. My TPS on higher order puzzles isn't that great. I solved it, yeah. It's honestly not that difficult to solve. A lot of it's, I mean, it's all basically intuitive edges, and everything like that. Excuse me, sorry. It's all like intuitive edges for the most part, and then, like solving like a 3x3 at the end. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it, because I can technically solve like any higher order end-by-end puzzle. Once you know how to do like 4x4 and like 5x5, you can basically solve like any order end-by-end puzzle, because a lot of it is just like kind of repetition of the same stuff there. That makes sense. Granted, it would take me a lot of time to solve some of these like super high order puzzles that I see, especially like the 17x17s or the 20x20s that I see are like kind of mass produced now. Like they're possible. I mean, I can do it. It just would take me probably forever to do, but it would get done eventually. Gosh, this is really slow. Well, so I've had this 5x5. Oh shoot, I completely forgot what that PLL was. Can you upload any videos or shorts? I'm trying to. I might get back into it eventually. I'm just starting off with some live streams because I haven't cubed in a while. So I kind of want to, you know, get a little better at cubing before I decide to go back in with, you know, videos or shorts. I've never been the biggest fan of making like short form content. It's not really where I want to make, so I might make videos later on. I know I'm making a video here soon about kind of why I stopped posting on the channel and like why I quit cubing, you know, and all that, because it has been a long time since I posted on this channel. So I'm gonna post a video about like, hey, like this is why I stopped cubing, you know, all that kind of stuff. I doubt it will be in short form content. It's probably like a longer length video, but that should be up here before not too terribly long. I'll try to get it up in the next week or so. It all just depends on how much time I have on my hands, you know, to make that video, because I haven't recorded any of it yet, so. Gosh, these are really, I'm like really slow at 5x5 now. It's just so weird to like turn higher order puzzles now. Oh my goodness, like I'm just locking up like crazy, I feel like. $148. Oh shoot, not 108, 148. Just enough, don't solve 5x5, like switch events. Go back to 3. I can go back to 3x3. Yeah, we'll go back to 3 for a bit. Gives you a heart attack. I know, it gives me one too when I'm solving. Dude, 5x5 just like throws me for a loop every time. Maybe I'll do 4x4. I do have Mega Minx here too. I got my Mega Minx. I haven't done a Mega Minx solve like seriously timed in a while. Let's go to 3x3 though. We'll see maybe if doing some 5x5 solves help my look ahead for 3. You know, maybe it did. Maybe I'm gonna suddenly be like a dog on 3x3, but doubtful. Yeah, it's extremely doubtful. Not a great solve to start off the average, especially when you're going for like a, I'm going for sub 15 out of 5. So 17 is not what I want to start with. Can I do yellow cross? Shoot, I probably should. Nah. It might trip me up. We'll go for white. I gotta really just start kind of tracking the first. Sorry, I was reading chat mid-solve. Not a great idea. But you came today live faster than yesterday. Yeah, I'm just doing more solves again. Like, for not solving for a while, every little solve I do is gonna get me faster, just 'cause I'm getting back into the flow of cubing in general. Like, I just picked back up the cube for the first time again. Probably about, what, a month ago? Or actually, like, a few weeks ago. Like, seriously trying to solve it again. So every little solve, I mean, is gonna get me somewhat faster and kind of back into it again. Completely mistracked that edge piece. And a DNF. What did you say your average was, cubing zone? I remember you mentioned it yesterday in the stream. We're gonna do 2. I remember you mentioned it yesterday in the stream. You said you would think you were at was it sub 16 or sub 17? I think you were around there, from what I can remember. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? How you doing? $392. You ever? No, I don't really bring my cube to college. That's partially why I kind of stopped cubing, is because college and everything. So I haven't quite had the time. I don't think I'd bring it to college with me. I know back when I was like in middle school and stuff, though, I would take my cube into class with me, and that would definitely annoy my teachers quite a bit. But I don't really take. And someone says you solve cube. That's how it used to be. So not currently, because nobody really knows. I mean, at college right now that I solve cubes at all. I mean, maybe somebody from my school ends up watching this, which would be kind of crazy. But I don't really go around saying that I do this. 474. Or anything like that. But I do have a lot of my friends back from like middle school and high school know I can do it. Because yeah, I used to bring it to school and all that kind of stuff, and like, oh my gosh, you can solve a cube. Go ahead and let me mix it up for you, then you can solve it, you know. That was really popular back when I was in middle school and high school a little bit too. 424. Not a bad average. Here I practice with cubes. Oh, like, do you practice, like, in school? Do you bring it to school with you? Because I know you mentioned yesterday you were kind of like, yeah, cubing affects my studies. Is it because you're, like, doing it during class? Because I can understand that. That was really lucky. shoot, it's a... Oh my goodness. $4.69. Hey, what's up, Malmog? How you doing today? Thanks for hopping on the stream. Hope you're doing well. Are you a cuber yourself, or are you just kind of going through and saw my stream, or are you a cuber too? $4.30. Or are you a subscriber who saw my my stream go live? If you're a subscriber, man, I appreciate you've been through a long waiting period since my last video, or since last heard from me, I'm sure. You learn until yellow cross? Oh, so you got... So you mean like this, right? Hold up. Let me hit a quick, like, hand scramble. With 3x3. Can you do 2x2, or, like, do you do pyraminx or anything like that, you know? So you got to here. Let me see. So you... I'm guessing you can do white cross. And you probably know how to do, F2L then, I would assume. So you're saying that you stopped once you got to here? Like once you kind of got to the yellow cross on top, that's where you tapped out? Because if it is, honestly, I'd highly recommend just going to watch some, like, it's called 2-Look OLL. If you can get to yellow cross, I'm sure you already know the first part of 2-Look. And then like 2-Look PLL. So 2-Look OLL and 2-Look PLL, man, it's not as difficult really as some people say it is. I know for a beginner it can seem a little bit daunting like that, but it took, when I learned it, shoot, I learned how to solve a cube like 8 or 9 years ago. So that was a while ago for me. But I don't know which video I watched. I think I watched like Brody the Cuber, because he was pretty big back when I started cubing. I know I used to watch him a lot. I think I watched his video on it. Because I highly recommend learning like 2-Look. It'll help you out a lot in the long run. Hey, you have a question? Yeah, what's up? Go for it. You got a question, and I got answers, so shoot. We'll actually do some 3x3 now that you got me thinking about it. Oh, I just did the wrong PLL. That could have been a good solve. What's the best vid to learn how to solve a cube? Let me see actually if I can find... What did I watch? Oh, I watched J-Perm's video. That's what it was. Shoot. So if you go to YouTube and look up just solve a Rubik's Cube, J-Perm's video on the beginner tutorial was what I used. No, I didn't use J-Perm, but I remember watching this back then. There was one from years and years ago. I think I watched Brody the Cuber. So I watched his video, and also back like when I started 8 or 9 years ago, I used to, shoot, what was I gonna say? I used to, like, I had a little pamphlet. I would read like a PDF I found online of how to solve a Rubik's Cube. Because I also wasn't watching videos right off the bat. I learned mostly from like a pamphlet that had algorithms and it told me how to do it. Yeah, look up J-Perm. I know, so when I stopped cubing a few years ago, J-Perm was like the popular cuber. I know he's stopped now, and he's doing like Mario Kart content. I think under I think his name's Shortcat now. I'm pretty sure I actually subscribed to him because I like his content in general. He's a good creator. But no, man, if you want to learn it, probably to watch his video. I know he's pretty popular on that. 1447. I mean, it's shaping up to be an okay average. You solve with F2O, 2O, and PLO. How do I learn 4O and PLO? Just practice every one of them. Any advice besides that? You average 21 seconds. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the chat, by the way. Dude, a lot of it's practice. So if you're averaging 21 seconds, you can definitely get sub 20 with 2-look OLO and PLO. I didn't learn 1-look PLO until... Shoot, I didn't learn 1-look PLO until like I was like around 18 seconds or so. And it dropped me from like 18 to 15. A lot of it is just like practice, man. So with 2-look OLO, it's kind of just look ahead. So let me get this solve done real quick, and then I'll talk about something. I might be a little bit outdated in this just because, you know, I'm a bit of an older cuber myself, but maybe my advice still holds today. If you can see that, I still use a 1454. I mean, I still use 2-look OLO personally. I know a few like basic OLO cases. Let's see if I can get one for here. Like I know the T cases, obviously. It's Sexy Sledgehammer. I just joined. What's my PB? Awesome. Well, thanks for hopping in the chat, man. Glad to have you here. So, are we talking overall PB or like current? So, little story time for you guys who just hopped in here. I've been cubing since 2016, like 2016 around. So, it's been a long 2016, 2017. It's been a long 9-10 years of cubing. Overall, you can actually see on my channel, I think I have it up still. Let me go to my channel. I think my PB is posted on here. It was about 4 years ago, my PB. Yeah, my PB is a 7.71 overall. Right now, I'm averaging like 14, 15 after a while of cubing. After taking like a 4-year break, I'm hitting like 14s, 15s. PB single, though, was 7.71. I do have the video on my channel if you want to go watch that. I think it was actually during a live stream. I got that clip. I think that's back when I was streaming on Twitch. Can I teach you? I don't think I can over live stream. It's a bit difficult because I'm not there to really watch your cube and like see what you're doing. Also, I don't really think I'm the most qualified person to be helping when it comes to cubing, considering I haven't cubed in a few years. But definitely watch some videos, man. That's really it. A lot of it's just kind of watching videos, getting the hang of it yourself, you know, learning how to be comfortable with the cube, that kind of stuff. Oh, this is going to be a really bad solve, actually. That was some choppy. Yeah. I'll save it. Yeah, no, let me know. I'm trying to stream here daily, man. So if you learn it today, make sure to hop back in chat tomorrow and just let me know. I know if you're still in chat, what's your PB? I know you asked me what's mine, but what about you? What's your PB looking like? Ooh. Should I go for Yellow Cross? No. There's a good block though on yellow already. That's the thing. Like, PB means personal best. So like, your PB is whatever your fastest time is that you've solved the cube before. You haven't lubed your V10 since I bought it? Is that what you mean? Do you mean like the way long V10, or what kind of V10 are you using? And I also haven't lubed this cube since I got it. This is like an RS3M or something like that. I don't even know what cube this is. This is one of the cubes I had laying around from when I used to cube a lot. So, I'm gonna be real, I have no idea which one this is. PB is 2680. You learn CFOP at the end of December. Nice, man. Yeah, I use CFOP too. I tried Rue out for a little bit. But like realistically, I kind of saw like there wasn't many top solvers besides, you know, maybe Patrick Pons. I think he was Rue. No, not Patrick. There was like maybe one top cuber when I was learning that used Rue. So I decided CFOP was like the method to learn. I'm glad I stuck with it. It's good, you know. All right, that's a sub 15 average, 1387. Yeah, we'll get a 1488. You know, I'm pretty happy with that. When did you start cubing though, Torty? Did you start like cubing this last year, like in 2025, or have you had a cube for a while? I know myself, I had a cube just kind of sitting on my desk for the longest time that I can remember, before I actually did any solves like that. $14.20. You know, I'm pretty happy with that average. You had a cube for like a year, and then you learned beginner's method, which you know for about a year and a half to 2 years. That's kind of what I'm around the same, but I had a cube for a while, and I learned like the basics, just, you know, so I can solve it before doing speed cubing. That's good though. You're starting to learn CFOP now though. I think like the earlier you start, the easier it's going to be in the long haul, because it is a lot of algorithms to learn if you're doing like if you're trying to do full OLO, full PLO. Definitely start with 2-look though if you're just starting CFOP. 2-look's the way to go. Yeah, WRM V10. Okay, how was that cube? How do you like the WRM V10? I'm looking for a new cube, honestly. I've heard the WRM V10 is pretty solid from what I've heard. I might get one. We'll see. I think my discount code from when I was like sponsored by the Cubicle is still up. Which is crazy. I was actually checking the other day and I was like, oh dang. I guess my my sponsorship code was still active, you know? And it's been years. So I think code HUMBLE at checkout still works. Let's see, you had a cube for a year and a half. Yeah. Definitely worth it for CFOP, but like I said, you always had intervals between my cubing career. You learned beginners 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah, I've had intervals too. You're kind of in the same boat as me then. It's like I'll have times where like for a year straight I'll be like really into cubing and everything like that, and then I'll kind of back off for a while and just, you know, life gets busy with school and work and everything like that, and then I'll go back into it again afterwards. So it's just kind of hit or miss. Right now, you know, 2-look OLO PLO, you know, beginners F2O and half of the 1-look PLOs. Nice. Dude, 1-look PLO is honestly probably the best. I think 2-look PLO takes a while, especially if you're trying to recog the cases for those. I mean, I'd say F2L's by far the most important, like just like cross building in F2L. See, even myself, like I still like struggle with cross building sometimes. I genuinely like dislike doing cross building. And then like F2L fluidity is kind of where I have some struggles. a 16. WRM-V10 is a great upgrade for me after Tornado V3. Oh, I used to have a Tornado back then too, actually. I had a Tornado for a bit. So I used to have a collection of probably about 75 cubes, maybe like closer to 50, between 50 and 75. I don't really have the exact number. I did have a big collection for a while, and then when I kind of quit cubing about 4 years ago, I ended up as a kid, which was nice. But now I kind of regret. What made me interesting in cubing? Oh, okay. So, dude, I picked up a cube for the first time. Shoot, like I said, like about 9 to 10 years ago. So about 2016, 2017-ish. I had a cube sitting in my room for a few months, and I wanted to know how to solve it. It was just kind of sitting there like a daunting task, and then I got it eventually. Like the use of like videos on YouTube and that kind of stuff. I eventually got it, and I was like, "Ooh, this is pretty fun." And my kind of For You page on YouTube kept being full of speed solving stuff. I'm like, oh, people actually like do this, like seriously. And I was like, ooh, what if I could do this seriously? I mean, I've never been the best at speed cubing, but I do enjoy like the content creation side of it still. I've tried doing like video game content for a bit too. I did cubing for a while. If you go to my channel, you can see my last upload was about 4 years ago to this channel. I'm trying to get back into it just for the content side of it. Because I mean, I do genuinely enjoy, creating content and like creating a product that people can enjoy, So it's still enjoyable for me. So I did that, and then here we are now. Oh my gosh. I messed up on the PLL. That was going good too until the PLL mishap. Oh, you looked at my old videos? Oh gosh. Yeah, my voice. Dude, I was like middle school. I was middle school then, like early high school, like late middle school. It's definitely been, yeah, man. I had a high pitched voice there for a while. It's like, hey, what's up, guys? It's HumbleCuber. Welcome to the video. My voice was it's definitely a little bit different now, I'd say, compared to what it was. It is kind of funny to look back on now, though, Holy lockup, man. This is why I need a new cube, too. Shoot. We're going back 2x2. Should I do 4x4, guys? I don't know. I have my 4x4 on hand. I just rarely actually solve it. I did some 5x5 solves earlier. I don't know if you guys were in chat at that point. I was doing 5 earlier. I was doing 5x5. What was your hobby before cubing? Running. Dude, I used to be like big into running and stuff. Shoot. Like just fitness in general. I still enjoy fitness. Like fitness is probably still my #1 hobby, I'd say. Because fitness is just fun. It's like lifting, running, everything else, Gotta go, it's already awesome. Well, I'll see you later, man. Thanks for hopping in the stream. I appreciate you being here. Have a good rest of your day. Hopefully I'll see you again next time I stream. I should be live again tomorrow around the same time, so hope to see you then. $438. Porky and Beans, are you a cuber yourself, or are you just kind of you enjoying just watching it, or do you cube personally? You subbed. Awesome. Awesome, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day. Hope to see you again. Thanks for the sub. $440. Oh, so I did. So I've been in the finals of a cubing competition before. Ironically, it was for 2x2. I think my official 2x2 average from about 4 years ago was a 3.2. Was like my official average. And it was, shoot, I forgot the exact competition of it, but I was able to get into the finals for 2x2 with my average. I mean, I never won because, I mean, the winning average for 2x2 was like super low. I think it was like a 1.8 second average was the winning one or something crazy like that. But, you know, I've made it into finals before. I've never won a comp personally. I've always, you know, focused more on the content creation side of cubing opposed to, you know, just speed solving in general, because I didn't really want to put that much time or effort necessarily into speed cubing. But I did like putting the time and effort into, like, you know, editing videos, making videos, that kind of stuff. You were a cuber, then it got repetitive for you. I get that, man. Like, I've been in that boat. That's part of the reason I quit too. You know, school got busy, life got busy, and then at the end of the day, cubing just got kind of boring for me for a bit. I mean, now I'm kind of picking it back up and I'm enjoying it again, but I do remember what it was like, you know, doing it often and just kind of getting bored of the process, especially when you get such like incremental returns on how much effort you're putting in and how much time you're putting in for cubing. It's like if you're not seeing those returns for how fast you're getting, it does get kind of monotonous and boring at times. Yeah, I totally get that. Have you ever, like, considered, you know, picking it back up possibly though? Because I mean, if you're like me, I was quitting it for a bit, and I decided to pick it back up out of fun. I don't know if you know, considered cubing again. I mean, 2x2 is not going too bad today so far. I know you said you used to do the cubing. Did you like go to comps and everything for cubing too, or were you just kind of more like casual at home, you know, fun cubing? Like, kind of what extent into cubing were you? The problem with it is when you saw the birthday, you completed. I get that. Like, I mean, for me, what helped was kind of goal setting for like small increments in terms of how fast I'm solving is my new goal. Because I get what you mean. Like, once you've solved it, you know, you're kind of done. Like, hey, you solved a cube, cool. Now what? For me, it was like, you know, sub 15, sub 14 and a half. You know, goals like that, especially PBs. Like, to be fair, a lot of the motivation I got for cubing was me wanting PBs really bad. Like, I would get that little, you know, dopamine hit whenever I got a PB or anything like that, you know, be super excited about it. 1366. Like stuff like that, like always kind of striving is what kept me engaged. The issue was I wasn't engaged enough to, you know, stick with cubing through like a busy schedule in life. Like, you know, I was engaged with cubing in the cubing community and you know, cubing in general. But you know, when life got busy, it wasn't something that was like on the top of my to-do list to keep up with necessarily, so it kind of fell out. Wasn't really on the bucket list to keep doing, you know. And it's not a bad thing. Hobbies come and go. I am glad, though, I have the opportunity like this now to continue solving. 1365. My favorite cubing YouTubers? Shoot. That's a good question. You know, you can't go wrong with Cubehead. I do like me some Cubehead. I haven't watched any like new modern cubing YouTubers, to be fair. I've been kind of out of the cubing sphere for like 4 years now or so. So I don't really know what's kind of new out there. I grew up with like Z3 Cubing, Brody the Cuber, J Perm obviously. Cubehead was near like the end of my cubing time. Like Cubehead started making videos kind of near the end. I used to watch like a lot of like small YouTubers, like friends that I had made through cubing. I was pretty involved in watching their videos. $13.90. How about you? Who do you watch now for you cubing? Any recommendations for somebody I should start watching? 15. Soup Timmy. So I think I've seen him on like my shorts for you page. Is he the one who makes all those like YouTube shorts? Or is he the one who makes like the like kind of like almost like the investigative videos about cubing, like the in-depth videos about like the history of cubing and that kind of stuff? I'm not quite sure who that is. I'm sure if I like saw a video of his, I'd probably remember who it is. Just off the top of the head, not really. Will you watch Soup Timmy and Cubehead? Oh, also I shouldn't read chat while I'm solving, because we just got a 25. Shoot. I do like Cubehead. I haven't seen any of his recent videos. I saw he's growing pretty fast. I think he's over 1 million subscribers now, right? You recommend Z3? I used to watch Z3 Cubing. Does he still make videos though? Because he was making videos back when I was still cubing, which was a while ago. So he's been around for a long time. If he's still making cubing videos, he's stuck with it for a while now. $14.62. He does monthly vids. I gotta check him back out, man. I'm surprised he's still making videos like that. I mean, good for him though. He's been around for quite some time then. He'll be right back for sure, for sure. Back to 2x2 we go. Back to all reliable. I think I am about to end stream though, guys. I appreciate all y'all who were in here today and watching the stream. My guess is I should be back streaming tomorrow, roughly the same time, if not a little bit later in the day. Maybe like a little afternoon Saturday stream will be around. Yeah, I appreciate all y'all who were in the chat today and here watching the stream. I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.